Hey guys, it's Kim from Kim Nonstop, but this is Allie from The Amazing Race. We're Kim and Allie from The Amazing Race.
Kim and Allie, competitive street cyclists from New York City.
Alli and I are adrenaline junkies, definitely. Takes a certain breed of crazy. To go flinging yourselves in front of moving cars for fun at a race, you'll see 5 girls.
It's a guy's game, but we are not your average girly girl.
Rad and dad chicks.
And we're doing an Amazing Race recap.
Talk back,
episode 1. So now that the very first episode is aired, how you feeling about it, Allie? If you guys haven't watched it, pause this video right now and go over to CBS.
CBS.com.
CBS.com, it's online. Go watch episode 1, season 25 of The Amazing Race.
Silver anniversary.
Yep, and then you get to see what we're talking about now. We survived, we didn't get eliminated.
No.
That was awesome.
Came in third.
Yeah, third
place.
Top 3, that's cool, I'm into it. And we don't look incredibly stupid.
I mean,
you know what, to be honest, when you're racing the Amazing Race and you're just like, I'm focused on $1 million, I'm focused on winning, I really don't care what I look like.
You're not censoring what's coming out of your mouth.
Like, I could have my hair sticking straight up and like a booger hanging out my nose and I still
don't care.
You don't care because
Just don't care.
No, but
whatever. We came in third place. We're still in next week.
On it.
So we'll see what happens next week.
So now we're gonna launch into the breakdown. Just a real quick on the beginning. Like we
started in New York.
We started in our hometown. We were like, so excited about that. And
I have worked in Times Square for a really long time. So to be standing there, none of the other teams knew we were from New York. I knew everything that was around us.
Yeah.
And as you see in the video, you didn't see us. We were not one of the teams running down the street trying to catch a cab.
We weren't actually because
we hopped right in one and took off.
Well, we did, but we were also the last ones to get our backpacks.
We were the team that could not find our backpacks to save our lives. Note to self,
get a backpack with a strange color because
weird color.
We're standing at that start line and they're like, we're gonna start you guys now, and we're staring at
Phil
those
was
bags.
telling us about the save, and Kim and I through smiles are like, which bags are ours? Which bags are ours? I'm not sure, maybe it's the one behind the statue. I have no idea. I think it's the ones on the end and I can't tell, they're both gray. But so are the other bags, they're gray too, but they have green. And
we were so confused. We were
confused.
We had no idea which backpacks were ours. And so we lost a little bit of time there, but I mean, we're fine. Other than that, we're in our hometown.
So
yeah, and made it on the first flight, made it to the Virgin Islands, and you know, made it on that second plane, which was pretty cool. I get plane sick, I get motion sick.
Don't be Bopper back there puking down the back of our neck.
I think it's just a courtesy not to throw up on other teams.
So the Amazing Race is challenging enough for me. Like, I might barf on you. So when I said I think it's common courtesy not to puke on another team, I was holding the barf bag in my hand, trying to be a nice competitor at that point in time because it didn't matter, you know, obviously. I was just trying to not make enemies, you know, like I don't.
In the beginning, you don't want enemies.
No.
It's too early in the game.
Too early. And I figured puking on someone would be enemy making. So then we get on the island and it's a roadblock.
I'm doing it. I'm digging. All right, come on, compass. I'm trying to find my designated landmark, which is an anchor.
So I got one text message from like a family member that was like, nice of you to let Allie do all the work on the beach while you sat and stared at the dude trying to get him to take his life vest off. I was like, duh, have you never seen The Amazing Race before?
Only one person can do it.
Only one person can do the roadblock. I was not allowed to help Allison. If I wanted to, I couldn't. So Allie was stuck doing that on her own, and I was bored, and I had like already swam in the ocean and built a sandcastle. I was like, hey Adam, why don't you take off your life vest?
Hey Adam, we're all voting for you to take your life vest off. I mean, I am. Keep it on, bud. I don't want them looking at you. Don't worry. I just want to look, that's all. I won't touch, I promise.
Hi, Candy.
Hey, girlie, did you choose a bell too? Yes, this looks like a bell, but it's also an anchor.
So a bell?
Anchor, anchor, anchor. An anchor that looks like an anchor.
At that point, we'd been awake for about 32 hours. I looked for an anchor for an hour. My hands were raw from digging because I tried a couple times and I was getting frustrated because I was like, this doesn't look like an anchor. It doesn't make sense. I'm not finding the treasure box.
That was a really frustrating roadblock, and I kind of am glad that Allie had to do it because I just got to sit there and
We
build
were
some
on the
puzzles.
beach looking for that box for 4 hours.
She was on the beach looking for the box for
4
4 hours.
hours.
I was on the beach looking at Adam for 4 hours and the water, swimming and making some sand castles. So it wasn't so bad for me. Thank the world, thank the universe, we finally found it. You finally found it. And we went to the finish line. Oh, what happened when we went to we were going to the finish line, we caught up to the wrestlers who had found their treasure before us, but we caught up to
Robbie and I started pulling the box out right around the same time, so we all took off for our boats to get to the land so we could go to the pit stop together. Exhausted, emotionally exhausted, physically exhausted, like there was just not.
And if you haven't seen the outtakes, CBS posted outtakes on their YouTube channel. So since you're on YouTube right now, you can click on my Amazing Race playlist. Amazing Race playlist will have all things Amazing Race. So check out their outtakes. And there's a great one where I smack Allie and tell her to check her attitude.
So we get off, we run, we decide to jump on the same taxi as the wrestlers. It's a big open air taxi. It looks like a tour bus. You can ride around St. Thomas.
But it was the only thing we could catch.
The only thing we could catch. So we jumped on and we told them we needed to go to Fort Christian, which was the pit stop.
Mm-hmm.
And he decided to take us on a scenic route. So we get up to the top and I was like, wow, this is gorgeous. Like, where's the pit stop? I don't see a fort anywhere. And he was like, oh, you can take a picture. I lost it. I did not just dig for 4 hours in the sun looking for that treasure box only to be brought to the top to take a picture and then take a chance of coming in last place.
How out of the way was this? Is this guy kidding me?
Tell me every team is doing this. What the f?
Allie, what just happened?
No, just check your attitude, okay?
And
So she and Brooke were both freaking out while, like, you know, Robbie and I were kind of like trying to be the level-headed ones.
he put me in my
Because
place.
she lost it, and I was like, we are not going down like that on TV on day one. No, you keep it together, woman. And so that was my job, and I then proceeded to hang my head out the truck
To make sure we went to Fort
to
Christian.
talk to the driver while we were driving.
We're just going to Fort Christian, right? Okay, that's the only place we need to go. Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah?
He says yeah. Don't mind me, I'm just hanging out
Are we
the
close?
car.
Hanging out this truck. It was pretty cool though.
As if I didn't have enough blonde moments in the first episode with the whole bell anchor is a bell or an anchor is a bell, and a bell is an anchor and an anchor is a bell. We get to the pit stop, and instead of going straight for the front door of the fort, we were like, oh, it looks locked. Let's run around the back. I hear the music because if you saw those beautiful dancers, there was loud music playing. We could see up at the top, the pit stop was up there, we could see Phil. And I was like, let's go around the back. So us and the wrestlers ran
us.
around the entire fort.
Did a lap.
Only to come back and be like, well, I guess we should check the front door. Wide open. Ran inside, made it to the pit stop. I'm glad we got our blonde moments out in that first leg.
Thank
And still
God.
managed to come in third place after little
After all that.
mishaps and all that.
I mean, the best part was how we came in third because we're literally running around this thing and running in, and
I
the
knew-
wrestlers are with us, and it's literally in the order of who was running where. It was 4 people, so I'm running in the front, then Robbie, then Allie and Brooke kind of duking it out for like 3rd and 4th, and it was like amazing because we were just like all so out of breath and running full speed, and I was like, I can't believe I'm running faster than Robbie right now. I was stoked on that, but I was like, I don't know where Alli is. I can't look back. I'm like dying trying to get faster than Robbie.
And you had to go up a set of stairs to get to the pit stop, and I knew Brooke was behind me, and I was like, I gotta beat her. You gotta get third. And so I ran up the staircase like this so she couldn't pass me, because you can't place technically until you and your teammate are on the mat. And I was like, well, if I keep Brooke from getting to Robbie, then we'll come in third place. So I ran up the stairs like this, and she's right on my tail, and I just leapt for the mat.
I'm running as fast as I can, and I'm not looking back, and I'm like, Alli better be behind me. I get to the mat, I jump on the mat, I look behind me, Robbie's there, and I'm like, you're not my teammate. And then we're both, like, Robbie and I are both going like this, like anxiously trying to figure out like who's gonna be the next one up the stairs, and it was Allison.
Like this, I'm here.
So that was our finish for the first episode, and can't wait for you guys to see the next one because we made it to the next round. So
let's see what's gonna happen next episode. Maybe some more blog
tune in
moments.
next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 7 p.m. Central Time on CBS. Check out The Amazing Race. We are hashtag the Cyclists. So if you tweet, if you Instagram, put hashtag the Cyclists, and you can comment here below on this video. You can also check out the playlist that I have set up. It's going to include videos from CBS's YouTube and other outtakes and other things that we find on
photos, whatever.
Good stuff.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
I'm Kim Nonstop on Instagram, and that's Alli Forsyth.
Just my name.
Just her name, don't wear it out. We're a bunch of nerds, and we ride bikes a lot. So if you follow us, you'll probably see a lot of that stuff and, you know, inspirational fitness stuff. And that's it for this week. Till next week's recap, guys. Check in, and if you have any questions, we'll try to answer them in the comments below. So post your questions in the comments below, and we'll try to answer as best we can. No asking how the race ends, because you know we're not going to answer that, so don't even go there.
Sorry.
Bling, bling. Let's go. Talk to you next week. Bye.